if we look at the story so far, what we've really been saying is it's all about keeping a balance. You have to keep a balance between what we invest in a customer and what a customer invests in us. Because if you fall outside of that balanced area, you're in trouble. If, for example, you over-invest in a customer who won't invest in you, then you can create, for example, a huge amount of value at high cost, and the customer goes to a cheaper competitor. Well, you do much better not to have created that value in the first place, because you hadn't worked out here was a customer who was never going to invest in you, and you invested heavily in them. Similarly, if a customer is prepared to invest in you, if they say, we really want help and advice, we want you to come into a relationship with us where you're helping us and guiding us, and you say, well, no, we haven't really got the resources to do that, a competitor will take it from you. It's high risk. All the three methods that we've talked about, the transactional, consultative, and enterprise, all of them are balanced. Transactional is balanced because the customer won't invest in you, we don't invest much in the sale with them. In the consultative sale, both of us invest quite a lot. The enterprise sale is just very high investment all round. But these are moving apart all the time. The transactional is getting cheaper and more automated everywhere. The consultative, the bar has gone up. And here is the central problem for most organizations. Most sales forces, quite honestly, they're not deep enough and expert enough to take the high-level consultative business. They're not creating enough value, in other words. But they're too costly to take the transactional business. And that is a hell of a problem. Another way of looking at the problem is to say, if you go back 5 years, a percentage of your customer base, shall we say notionally 10%, 5 years ago, were viciously transactional. Everything was price. And maybe a similar percentage wanted some help and advice, real help and advice. But the majority of your customers were in the middle. They were quite happy with a value proposition which said, we'll pay you a little bit better margin if you'll give us a little bit of help. Well, here is the big, big change. That curve now looks like this. You've got many more customers who have migrated down to the transactional. The internet has driven that very fast. You've got many more who are more consultative. And that is happening to you. How do I know it's happening to you? Because of a question I asked you earlier. What was the question? Yep. Question was, how many of you are being treated more as a commodity? How many have customers who are demanding more expertise? And both hands, same people put up both hands. Now, that can only be because this is happening to you. Because if you have more commodity transactional customers and more consultative expertise-based customers, that can only happen at the expense of taking customers from the middle. So what's been happening is the middle has gone away. That has a huge implication for selling and a huge implication for marketing. But let me ask you a very controversial question, and believe me, this is one of the most controversial questions anywhere in the world today. What do we do about it? If your customer base is split in two, can the same salesperson sell to both ends? Can a salesperson on Tuesday be selling to a transactional customer and on Wednesday afternoon be selling to a consultative customer? Does it work or doesn't it work? Well, talk about it. What do you think?